tap in. Tap, tap, 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 tap in. Welcome to Tap In Tuesday, everybody. It's your girl Titi from the D, and I am super excited to come to you all this evening on this Tap In Tuesday, wherever you are in the world, in the social media world, right? Because we're talking about that thing tonight. We're going to talk about to air or not to air. And so, shout out to all the people over there in Instagram world. So, also to all my people that's in Facebook land. We have people in Twitter, YouTube, all through my different Facebook pages, the groups that I belong to. Thank you for those of you that are sharing this. This is, super dope. And I just, I was having some really good conversation with my husband, and he's going to tap in this evening for a hot minute. He's going to join me in a little while, and we're going to unpack something. But we were talking real deep this morning on my ride into the office, and I was just like, this is going to be a hot topic. I said, I had a different title. And then as I talked to a couple of other people throughout the day, we're talking about different things and how we look at life and how we judge things because we're human beings, right? We like to express ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. So today I'm gonna share it over here, this little screenshot over here. I just want people to understand what we're dealing with. This right here, don't use these to air your laundry. Now on Instagram world, you guys can't see this little picture, but yeah, we use Instagram, we use Twitter, we use Facebook. Um, and it leads us to this question right here. Should you really share personal drama on Facebook? Let's add on Twitter, LinkedIn. Now, I'm going to have to say this. I don't think we really share personal drama like that on LinkedIn. I think a lot of people use that platform to find, employment, to post employment, to connect with high school, college buddies, friends, long lost relatives, whatever. I think we use that on a different level versus how we use Facebook, versus how we use Twitter, okay? And definitely how we choose to use Instagram. And then there's so many pieces to this. And when I say there's so many pieces to this, we're hung up on a few things. Now, some people must say that don't bother me, that doesn't move me, and that's what's up. If you say that doesn't bother me, that's not my thing, I don't have a problem with that. What about you post something, you share something, you're promoting your business, or something great happened to you and you're so excited and you just want to share with the world, and nothing's wrong with that because that's positive energy that we're putting into the atmosphere. That's amazing. We need more of that in the world. We need love, we need positive energy, we need all those great things. And then some people survive and they thrive off of, oh, I have 500 likes, and then a person can say, dang, well, this was positive, but I don't have like one like. And you're like, it's good though, right? But let you post something that's negative. Oh my God, that thing gonna get shared. That thing's gonna go viral. And then we start to become, as people say, and I'm always saying this is funny to me. And some people might say, okay, well, it's not funny, but it is. We get into court on social media platforms. We go to court, y'all. And it's not in the brick and mortar court. We go to the personal courts. We elect ourselves to be judges. We elect ourselves to be lawyers. No one's hired us and retained us, but we're going out and we're we're prosecutors, okay? We court clerks, okay? We end up being referees. We become all kind of things in social media. And I'm always like, it's the comments for me. I grab my glass of wine like I have right now, and I'm like, oh, it's the comments for me. Because people get in full blown out arguments. Now, here's what really gets me. I could post something. You can have a difference of an opinion, which is your right. It's your right, right? We all got an opinion. It's all good. And you can say, I don't agree with that. And you're going to put in why you don't agree and blah, 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 your version of or your view on it. That's your right to do. But how does it look for me to come back and then I come for you? Like, oh, so, and then people like, don't at me on, don't be at me. It's like, some people gonna do that, right? And no, we shouldn't. Like, unless a person's talking directly to you, everybody has the right to voice their opinion. I have something here from Instagram. Hani, all the way from Bahrain. Shout out to Hani. Hani says sometimes people be envious when you share something positive. I agree with that. I gotta touch and agree with you with that, Hani. I think that is true. I think that's right. And that's our opinion, right? That's our opinion. That sometimes people will say, "Oh, I'm so excited for you," and then it's like, I can't stand her. He get on my. He think he all that. Oh, she thinks she doing something. It's like maybe because she is doing something, maybe because he is doing something, and you're standing in the shadows because you choose to stand in the shadows, right? Some of y'all can't humble yourselves to ask that man, that woman, that boy or girl, because young people go through this as well, their opinion on something you're dealing with. You know, you'd rather throw darts at them, someone sharing their emotional drama. You want to chime in, you want to share some stuff, or you want to say, well, you was wrong for that. And I don't think you, they didn't ask us for our opinion. They're just venting, right? And I think we've gotten so far removed from understanding how people use social media. Like I said, we hire ourselves to be attorneys, and we're many of us are court appointed attorneys because no one would hire some of you for the stuff you say. Like even throwing your 2 cents in, it's like what? And then it could be something so serious, or it could be something like, oh, okay. And here you go putting in other stuff. And was like, you looking like, where'd that come from? Like, were they referencing something else? I'm not sure why they added that in there. Then people don't think about this factor. If you are beefing with someone and you choose to put it on social media, you're gonna have people amping you up. They're gonna amp that situation up. What was simple is gonna get blown out of proportion. And you know how sometimes you can feel. Oh, they trying to harm me? Oh, they trying to come for me? It's like, first of all, ma'am, sir, they don't know you. Okay, they don't know you. They're sharing their opinion. And I had to gather myself one time. I was chiming in on something my brother-in-law posted on his page, y'all. Okay. I was talking to my brother-in-law. I added him. So it wasn't a random post, like, let me just chime in and say, no, I addressed my brother-in-law because I understood the situation that he was referencing. And I shared some positive feedback because I was talking to my brother-in-law. Well, this man decided, because he knows my brother-in-law, he want to at me and tell me how he think what I said was. So I was like, who that? So I ain't gonna lie. I was in my flesh. So I was like, first of all, I'm not talking to you directly. Okay. Secondly, I addressed my brother-in-law, and we all have our own opinions. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm not understanding why you're talking directly to me because I was not talking to you. So then this person proceeded to at me and say something, and I was getting ready to go in for the verbal war. And then I thought to myself, no, I'm not going to do that because, first of all, I wasn't talking to you. But I had to gather myself, and it's so easy. But I've seen people get on social media war battles, and some of them have ended deadly, y'all. Some of them had ended deadly. Now let me take this over here. Crystal over here said, I always share good news to inspire, not for people to get jealous, because I always share other positive stories as well. Plus, I'm only competing with myself. So when something happens good to me, I'm hoping it is inspiring, but you can't tell them how to feel or how to feel. They're going to feel how they want to feel anyway. Queen, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right, Crystal. For those of you that are on other social media platforms, please, by all means, if you want to chime in and share your questions and make your comments, this is one of those invitations, right? This isn't one of those you just got to say something that ain't nobody, No, this is really, we want to talk about it tonight for just a little minute. We're not going to hold you long, but we want to hear your thoughts. I know that it's 8 o'clock. There's several other platforms. Shout out to Sunshine Camila. I was checking out her show. She had Beth on tonight, and I had to get out so I can get ready for my show. But yeah, so I had to shout that out because she's an awesome young lady with an amazing platform, and we need to support one another, right? Encourage, as you said, Kristen. I'm gonna leave that up there for a hot minute. I too share in that same sentiment that Crystal shared right here through Facebook on StreamYard. I do the same thing. I share my own stuff and I believe that it's positive. I would like to think it's positive. Um, I will talk about some hard topics and I'll make some hard posts, right? I tend to talk about things that people talk to me on a daily basis, like real talk, real conversation that they really like. Well, what do you think about this? What do you think the people? And a lot of times when I'm talking about things, people will share their sentiments or whatever. They'll chime in and they'll talk about things and we'll unpack that. But by no means do I share things as negative uh that's out there so I can start some like a war, right? Now some things gonna be touchy, right? Some things gonna be kind of sentimental and touchy. And I saw my husband pull up Swifty McVeigh. He's gonna chime in this evening because we were talking about something so good. And I said, you know what, babe? I mean, it was so good. He was like, you know what, Miss TT, we need to save it for later. I was like, okay, babe, we gonna do that. So again, if you are over in Instagram, you're not gonna be able to chime in, but Swifty is joining me over there in StreamYard. So through Facebook. So without any further ado, I'm gonna bring him to the screen. Hey, Swifty.
Miss TT from the D.
You silly. You silly. What's going on?
Chilling like a villain, just listening to you and listening to all the viewers kicking facts. I heard somebody kick a hard fact out there about how people go say what they want to say, even if you try to bring forth positivity or whatever. So I'm just checking you out.
That was Crystal. Crystal chimed in and she shared that and that was real talk. Hani is over on Instagram.
What up, honey?
Yeah, Honey's not on Facebook. He's in Instagram world, but he says sometimes people be envious when you share something positive. And then Crystal went in to say, let me share what she said so you can see this because you just jumped in. I can't share what Honey said because Honey is over Instagram. So Crystal said, I always share good news to inspire, not for people to get jealous, because I always share other positive stories as well. Plus, I'm only competing with myself. So when something happens good to me, I'm hoping it inspiring. But you can't tell people how to feel because they're gonna feel how they want to feel. And so I touched and agreed. A lot of times when I'm sharing things, it's to inspire and motivate people, not to make people jealous. I don't need anybody to be jealous or envious. Encouraged, yes. Empowered, hell yeah. But jealous and envious, no. Like for what?
Yeah, I mean, we never mean to. I mean, I'm not gonna speak for everybody because some people say things on purpose, saying to hurt people, whatever. But when you on a platform and you got millions and millions of people out there listening, you got different personalities, different views, different perspectives. People are
Mhm.
going through different stuff, so you expect that everybody is not gonna always feel the same way about what's going on when you mention things and when you post things. So you just have to go into this thing with thick skin, and then there's always somebody out there that wish somebody would. That's the term we always.
Ooh, we ain't gonna say the term,
Yeah,
but
we ain't gonna really say the real
those of you
term.
that's a part of our culture,
Yeah, but I'm gonna say
you
the
already know what he would say.
we wish the N-word would. Like they come on the social media already wishing that. So
Yeah.
if somebody say something, they already defensive and ready to lash out because of a spirit that they didn't have previous, you know what I'm saying, previously in him. So they're not open minded to accept the humbleness that might be coming out of a comment, etc. But it's just all different types, you know what I'm saying, of,
I
of
agree.
spirit
I agree.
attitudes. So you gotta have thick skin.
Oh, Honey says, shout out to TT from the D and Swifty McDay.
What's up, honey? Thanks for chiming in, brother.
Hey, Honey, if you want to jump over there in Facebook, that you can engage over there, post your comments and things. But I'll still share them as well. So yeah, so Swifty, let's share with the people the conversation we were having as I was driving into work this morning. And it was so ironic that when we were talking, you said, "Hey, did you hear about?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I just was listening to that on the radio before you called me."
Okay.
You go ahead and
Oh, you talking about we was talking about the Russell Simmons and his ex-wife and his daughters. They got into this big old thing. Now, mind you, I've seen a lot of people argue and air things out on the internet before. I mean, we all have all the time, but I don't know why this particular time it just kind of stood out to me. You know what I'm saying? Like never before, like as if we never heard people do do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but it was just a subject that I had to see if you found out about because it kind of touched me in a different way because I truly just don't believe that family business should be aired out on social media. I really, really, really don't because I look at it and say there's people that care, but there's a lot more people that don't care. And I think a lot of people are grabbing popcorn and they just want to look at it for the entertainment factor. And then you got millions of people who don't know them, they're fans, and they're basing their opinion just because they're a fan. And I just think that the truth really doesn't mean anything when the lie is more entertaining.
That's a good way to put that. I would have to say, I think, and this is me, you can tell me if it's not right, but I think you might be moved a little bit because you're a father, right?
Yeah, that's
Not saying you be unbiased,
yeah,
right? But at the same time, as we all know, no matter where you post things on social media, as we say, and even if you went to court with something, there's your side, their side, and someone in between is the truth. And we say that when you're not coming into agreement on the dispute, right?
yeah, yeah. And a lot of people might look at me and say, when I talk about it, that I might take Russell Simmons' side because he's one of the godfathers of hip hop who started this thing, and here I am, a hip hopper, defending him, and that's not the case. I just look at it and think in my heart like I don't know what Russell Simmons said or did. I can only go by what Kimora, is that her name? Kimora? Kimora said and the daughter said. And then, I seen when Russell Simmons, voiced his apology about how he, screamed online or whatever. But at the end of the day, we don't know them from a can of paint. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So what are we going to do about the situation to help soothe them? Because at the end of the day, they don't really care about what we think and what we say. It just almost seems like they're going to social media just to get a cosign to kind of make the other person feel bad. Like let me bash him to y'all, just so y'all can go ahead and voice y'all opinion and cast judgment on a person. Because I mean, that's what else would a person really be reaching out for help for when it's something so personal that should be taken care of behind closed doors. That's just in my opinion.
Okay, so I think, well, first let me share a couple of these because I know you're not logged in through StreamYard, so you might not see these messages. But Crystal said, "I never share if I'm arguing with my partner either. I call my close personal friends if I need to vent." LOL. Right, and that's true. Then Kimyana Zanye in the building. She said, "Hey there, hey Queen, hello, hello, hello."
What
And
up, though, fam?
Honey is on Facebook now. Shout out to Honey and moved over to Facebook world. Thank you. But I think you are right. And I said this to you earlier. Now, that may Headline news. Now we got greater and bigger things we could be talking about in social media, like right now. But people are fixated on people's personal life. If that was Bob down the street who was divorced from Sarah, and they had the same type of situation, we would get two Fs. We wouldn't get two Fs because we don't care. We got our own stuff. But for some reason, people, especially when it's a celebrity or somebody of status, we want to put their photo up and throw darts at them. We want to dissect their situation. We want to become licensed therapists in our spirits, licensed counselors. We want to, I had said before you join me, we want to sign ourselves up to give legal aid. None of us, well, some of us have not went to school to study law or anything, criminal justice, any of that. And we're taking hood criminal justice one-on-one. A lot of times people don't realize they amp that up. Like, yes, sometimes we use these platforms because we're just putting a random thought out there. Like I posted something the other day. I'm convinced that Michigan has the worst roads in the world. And people, that's okay, that's my opinion. And I love the feedback. People were sharing other places and other states they were from and having this. I'm like, because I really honestly felt, I think we got the worst. I've never been to another state and saw at the same time every year in the same area, and we travel a lot, but I've never seen another state that looked like ours with all these cones out there. So when you have certain things like that, yeah. Now, as you said, I agree with you also, Swifty, when you said that you believe that family business shouldn't be aired out on social media. I agree. I agree. First of all, it's embarrassing.
It is. It is. It is embarrassing. And you bring it forth the energy to make people instigate. I always use this analogy. It's almost like if you and I were airing out family business on a social media, for instance, and you on one side of the road, not road, but you just on one side of the sidewalk, and I'm on the other side of the sidewalk, and you got a million people standing in front of us. And I'm looking at you saying, yeah, Miss TT from the D, blah, 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 blah. And then a million people looking at you like, and then you like, yeah, Swifty, blah, blah, blah. Then a million people looking at me like, everybody in the middle.
Right.
Everybody turning their head looking at us. And then out of the million people, you're going to see 1,000 people hold up popcorn bags. And they're just going to keep looking. And as soon as somebody says something, we like, no, mind your business. And it's like, why should we mind our business when you put us in your business?
It's true.
And I have the right to say what I want to say because you put your business out here. Now you argue with the person who made the comment, forgetting that you put your business out there to a bunch of people who have the right to make an opinion. Now this another layer of spirits. Your spirit is getting damper all over again. Now you veering off the arguments you had with the original person because you arguing with people on the social media, and by the time you get offline, you're mad.
Yeah. And then I have said too, people that take their beef to social media, sometimes as you use these words, the instigators will come forth and add fuel to the fire. And so then when they going back and forth, it's the big, oh, they trying to punk me? Or they trying to, and so now you have this image you're portraying. I can't let them say, we have seen so many fights verbally on social media that led to somebody recently, a couple of weeks ago. A lady got into it with a lady here in Michigan. She was coming from Ohio. She drove all the way from Ohio on 10 to go confront the person that lived in Michigan. You pulling up at somebody's crib, you don't know what you pulling up to. And then the woman tells the passenger to start shooting at him. So now you want caught a whole damn case because you got some beef that you would put on social media, people amping it up, getting all involved. And what people don't realize, you also giving evidence to the people, to the police. So you're helping them break this case.
Yeah. And that's a whole nother layer. That's a whole nother layer to get that mad to where you want to prove to everybody that you're not a punk or that you're not a hoe. So you videotaping, not even realize that you're incriminating yourself because you so fixated on now the whole world is gonna see this, and I'm gonna embarrass this person, and people are gonna look at me like, yeah, I know he wasn't bullying because he really did this. But then when anger simmer down and you're in handcuffs, you sit back and think like, damn, I didn't even realize I was incriminating myself because I was angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think people need to really, really start meditating. And I'm not saying this because I'm just a psychiatrist or whatever, but I think meditation does soothe the mind when it comes to certain situations to where it helps you rationalize. So if you're going to use social media and you're going to vent to your followers and fans and express yourself, whatever, meditate, meditate so you can kind of rationalize on how you're going to say things and what you're going to say, because you tapping into an area to where it can just be chaos if you don't just kind of get a hold and a grip of yourself and watch what you're going to say before you say it.
I Honey said, yeah, exactly. I agree with Swifty McVeigh. So I say, when you choose, now here's the other part to this. Some people don't really have people they feel confident to talk to or share and express their feelings with. So they may just say, you know what, this is how I'm feeling. And this could be that person's only outlet because they don't, maybe they don't, and I'm saying maybe because we don't know people's lives, but maybe they don't have true friends. Because y'all gotta learn that there's friends, there's associates, and then there's those people that hide in your fold and they ain't neither one. But so they might put it out there and in social media just to get input, because maybe there's a situation like you'll hear somebody, you'll see people like, okay, they'll even post videos like my man cheated on me or my wife cheated on me and I caught him and blah blah blah. So now, we're saying what we're gonna say and we're sharing our perspectives. We're looking at the way things are happening there, and then you getting you I guess you can call it cherry picking. So now you're looking at it and you're gonna put in your 2 cents. You can cipher through, because not all comments are bad, right? Some people give some good advice. But when you got serious things, like you said, family issues don't need to be on social media.
True.
What I
And I,
feel like this, you got those, as we said earlier, the people in our culture be like, I wish a mother effer would, right? We be ready on, I want you to roll up and pull up. So if you call them out on social media, they feeling like, I know they're gonna respond. Somebody gonna let them know I said. And then when they try to check me, now we got fuel for the fire, and there goes this big commotion of beef.
I agree. I agree with you totally. And I think there's a big difference between venting and venting to slander, because at the end of the day, we don't know who the friends are on the person's social media. A person can have a Facebook and have 200 friends, and that can be family all around the world. They road dogs. They can have a close knit, go to family reunions twice a year,
Right.
and everybody is there to give that advice, and everybody is there to be there for that person when they vent. It can be used on that level. But when you have a platform, and let me bring it back a little bit, when you have a platform with millions and millions of people around the world that don't know you, and you airing out family business, it just kind of make you scratch your head and say, what kind of validation are you getting from this by
Right.
putting this out there? What are you prove? What are you proving to? Like if you say like more, I'm gonna bring it back to her. I got the receipts. Okay, you got the receipts and got the proof, but who are we that you got to prove to us that you got the receipts? What are we? What are we going to do? Are we going to do something? We go beat Russell up, or what we gonna do?
No, we're not going to beat Russell Simmons up.
Like
I think it's more of a, I want them to be on my side. Well, you got your friends for that, your real friends, not your social media friends.
absolutely.
You got 5,000 social media. I got 5,000 Facebook friends. I don't know 5,000 people in real
Yep,
life.
and she want everybody to be on her side. And if everybody is on her side, then what's the next step? They on her side, let's slander him, or vice versa. We on his side, let's slander her. So where's the real motive? Is the real motive for slander purpose, or is the real motive because you're venting and you want to hear a voice of reason to help you through this? Because if that's the case, then maybe you need to go talk to somebody that you're close to, that you can trust, that can give you that word of advice that you can really hang on to. Because If you, or you might be looking for it from strangers. I don't know. It just got you scratching your head, making you wonder what is the motive. So that's the difference between, venting to family and friends versus venting to people who don't know you, who really care less. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said earlier, let me get some of these comments here. Kimiana Zanye said, a lot of it's that people are what I call attention whores.
There you go.
Oh, that's good.
That's real good.
That's good. I ain't never heard that. That's good. I like that. I like that. And then she said, campaigning for people to take their side. And you know what? That was good, Kimiana. I like that. I feel, and again, it's my opinion, and we all got an opinion, right? You know that old saying, everybody got an asshole, and you got an opinion. It's like an asshole. Everybody got one, right? So we can share our thoughts, but the person is sharing something. How do you get mad at a person when they actually not on your side and they check you? Because a lot of times people be in the wrong and you be looking like, you really posted that? Like, does that make sense to you? And a lot of times it's just like being in the office. I use this setting, right? Being in the office and you get an email and you have to respond and you want to go off because it's like, what? But you can't do that, right? You can't do that. And so you have to, as you said, meditate, but gather yourself and say, you know what? I'm not going to respond. Or let me sit back and think about the most mature way to respond to this ignorance because I'm not going to feed into it. But some people allow their emotions because they can't control their emotions to get the best of them. You got people that are locked up right now off of shit that had happened that they took to Facebook. Now you had people beef on Facebook a couple years ago, two guys beefing on Facebook. Hey, meet me at the gas station. And at the gas station it's so and so. And then they met up and they had a shootout. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. That's a
What?
very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That's why I had mentioned the time. That's why I had mentioned about meditating. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Meditating because when you jump and deal with situations off emotions, it can get really, really, really crazy. And then I know we all been in situations to where we've gotten into it with people, whether it was social media or face to face, and we let our emotions get in the way, and they said something, and we're saying something, and then when you walked away and you rationalize and you calm it down in your mind, you feel like, damn, I wish I could have said this, or
Mm-hmm.
when they said this, damn, I wish I could have said it this way or that way. But you missed all of that because your emotions got in the way, and that's why the importance of meditation is important. So when you concentrate on that conversation, it allows you to relax, to be able to say the things that you would really really want to say when you in a relaxed, rational state of mind, other than letting your emotions get all crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Tell us, share with us some of the things you think should not be shared on social media outside of family drama.
Um. Okay. Besides family drama, now I don't want to get nobody to get this misconstrued. Now, like if somebody's okay, like if somebody is in trouble and they need to go on live or whatever, and they like, yo, help me out, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's normal. But if somebody's like, for instance, if somebody's going through a very painful situation, and I'm so much in pain to where for 30 seconds I'm going to ignore that pain by going in my phone, logging into the logging into the social media while I'm in pain. Like, okay, hold on. And then as soon as people pop up on my social media, I'm like, oh, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. What happened to them 30 seconds when you wasn't in pain? Like,
Well,
you
I'm
could.
guilty. I'm guilty of that. I've been in pain and I'm like, damn, my back is killing me, or I'm having a lupus flare up. And it's just like, I guess I look at it and I say, I'm just sharing, like, I'm sitting here and my fellow people who understand that, not because empathy, we a lot of times empatheticness, because I'm an empath. So empatheticness is kind of like, okay, you might say, look, I'm about to say a prayer for you. You know what I'm saying? Or words, because like I'm a
Yeah.
words of affirmation type of person. That's one of my love languages, words of affirmation. So if you're speaking life into the situation, you're helping me.
Well, you know what? And let me bring it back some. And I agree with you, but I guess I'm looking at it in a bigger capacity
Okay.
because like you have Facebook friends, you have Instagram friends, and you have a lot of friends who care, and you care about them as well. But I guess I'm looking at it in a big scale as far as when you have a million people watching you. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And you got the people who care that's following, but you got the people who really don't care. They just souped up on drama. Like all that energy that like for instance, I seen somebody on social media one day, and I think he got shot up.
Mm.
He went on live, and he was just like, "Yo, I'm shot up, y'all. I'm shot up. They got me. I'm shot up." And, he was just talking, but it wasn't in a sense of him needing help. It was just almost like he just wanted to talk to people about him getting shot. It was just like, man,
So
you know,
he was focused on he was focused. Okay, so you mean wait a minute. So what? Let me get this clear. So he was actually shot, and then
yeah,
he got on social media while he was shot instead of calling 911,
absolutely.
laying down trying to hold on for his life to
Yeah,
tell us he got shot.
yeah. And it might, and I mean, unfortunate that he got shot, and I hope he pulled through. But it goes back to what my sis Kimyana said. You know what I'm saying? Like, attention. He might have want attention. You know,
Spoke that back. Kiana said a lot of it's that people are what I call attention whores. Okay, okay. Thank you for that, Kimiana. Yeah, I think the other part.
um,
How about
it's
when you
an,
commit a crime though? I'm about to roll up on. Now you're incriminating yourself. Like
yeah,
what? Like that
that's
really
a
shouldn't
that's
be.
an attention whore. That's an attention whore right there. Because he's trying to let the people know that he bought it. Like I ain't on no bull. You know what I'm saying?
Going
So
right to prison.
absolutely. So when people see me, I'm the realest Negro ever.
Now look. So Hani said, "Well, some people don't wish you to succeed in life. So when you share something positive, might get you in trouble. Those type of people that they didn't like you from the beginning, and some wish you good. They tell you to keep it moving, which they care for you to succeed on a different level. To
Hmm.
level, yeah. This yeah." And you're right. Everybody that wish you well, they don't always wish you well. I think, as you were saying, about the things that shouldn't be posted,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Um, and just disrespecting somebody on social media to the world. It's not what's up. If you got a problem with that person, call that person and discuss it with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like if you feel like you in a mood to be mad to disrespect somebody, you shouldn't put that out there to the world because that opens the door for people to judge that person. And
Yeah.
of course it's gonna be slander. And now you're gonna tarnish their name and now it ain't no coming back from that because now you got people judging them forever and they might not ever change their mind about how they feel because of that comment. You know what I'm saying?
Now, a prime example, perfect example of what you just said, the recent uh, quadruple murder that took place on that college campus a couple of weeks ago. Those four college students were murdered in their apartment off of campus, and a I don't know if she was an Instagrammer or a YouTuber. She went on and she is a alleged psychic. She messed around with tarot cards and things of that nature. She took it to the social media and named a professor and said, "Well, Professor so and so was envious of this young lady and the relationship she had with that young lady, and she had an inappropriate relationship with the one young lady, and she was worried that it was going to get back and ethically damage her career as a professor. So she hired a hitman to murder her. And it just so happened that I'm like, you did a whole lot, ma'am, sir. And that professor is getting ready to sue her for defamation of character. But
Mm,
the other part of that is That's your opinion, but you basically put that out there. So what if somebody doesn't hear or read that you're a tarot card person or that you got this from a tarot card? They may think you know something because you're a college student and oh, professor was having all they're gonna do, and it's just like the game we learn in kindergarten or preschool, the telephone game, where you hear something and they say, okay, we're gonna see how well we listen. And I'm gonna tell you something, and you whisper it, and let's see if it's the same thing that I said on the receiving end at the end. I can tell you one thing, and by the time it gets down and I switch positions and I'm at the end, it totally has nothing to do with what I said because we think we heard something or we know what we heard, but we want to add our 2 cents in there.
We used to do
We want
that.
to spice it up.
Yeah, we used to do that in high school.
You, you said high school.
Yeah, you know that little example you just said, how we used to all be at
No, no, I didn't do that in high school, brother. I
yeah,
don't know what high school you went
we used
to.
to do that.
I
We used to
went to high
say
school too, but I
long
didn't.
sentences, and then we'll whisper the long sentences to see how much a person can remember and get.
Oh, okay.
And
You
then
did it on
that
purpose.
person would say what they said, but by the time it got to the other person, the whole sentence would be jacked up.
Okay. And that's, you know what? Here's the other part. When you on social media, you I could tell you something. And it's like, oh damn, really? Now you want to go share on social media and you're posting something kind of what I said, you paraphrasing what I said, you're adding on your two part to it, and it's totally away from what I really said. And now somebody else gonna maybe say something and address me for what I said, but it ain't really what I said because you added on something and you paraphrased what I said. It's like what? So now I'm gonna be pissed off because that ain't what I said, and how they gonna and then somebody gonna come try to check me. Like, TT, I can't believe you said that. Why would I'm like, who said I said that? That's what I read on social media. It's like, what? But at the end of the day, I think family business should be kept off social media.
Absolutely.
I think when you're going through things in your personal relationships with your significant other, that should be off limits too. Because let me tell you this, we could have a disagreement and then take it to social media that we make up. Well, people that follow you or follow me and like me, they gonna be like, well, I don't appreciate it. Now we are made up, we ain't got over the hump, it's all good. They still pissed off.
Absolutely. Now, now now if two people are going through it and a person don't know what to do or how to handle a situation or whatever, and they're just looking like I don't know who to call or whatever. Okay, some people might go to social media and ask the question because they really, 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 really want to know. So it's pretty much you have to be kind of political by the way you do it, because I mean, going out bashing a person, letting the person know how much you hate a person and what you want to do to a person, is not going to help the matter. But if you just go off and just say, man, I need some advice, a person can think what they want to think, but there might be somebody out there that can give them that advice that they're looking for. But at
Yeah.
least they put themselves in a position to get help for the matter without bashing or having people judge the situation, because it's just not going to do anything for that situation if you do it that way. You want to be able to get help. You want to be able to help the matter if you're going to go to social media and tap into people who don't know you. People could really have experience in psychiatry or whatever the case may be. It might be somebody out there that can actually help you, but the approach has to be totally different so it can bring a positive light to the situation, not do it to where people could comment and judge and slander and whatnot. What is that going to do? You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you totally.
Rocky said Q, Big Mouth by Houdini.
Doom, cat. Okay,
Okay. Got him hype. Don't get him
I'm
hype,
explaining my age.
Rocky.
I'm explaining my age. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, Rocky, what's up? She said, yeah, deaths have made families act ugly. This is something else. When people are upset, Rocky said, I appreciate when information is shared, alabaster. Break that down. I don't know what that means, Rocky. She said, not slander. So I think she's right. And here's the other thing: somebody passed away. Family hasn't been contacted. You could be one of the first people that found out this person had passed away. They ain't made contact with the parent or parents. They ain't made contact with siblings. And here you go posting, dang, RIP. Uh, I don't want to put nobody's name out there, but
Sidewalk.
RIP, huh? RIP Lysol. And then they like, oh my God, Lysol passed away. Now, before they even confirm it, they posting pictures. I just talked to Lysol yesterday. RIP. And it's like, and then now family members like, what's all this RIP up and down the timeline? And that's how they find out their loved one has passed. Terrible, disrespectful. That's something else I think I saw somebody say, you shouldn't, if you're not an immediate family member, you should not be posting about somebody who's passed away. If you're not a sibling, if you're not a child, if you're not a spouse, you should not be posting about somebody who passed away, especially if I just heard, I just found out, because you don't know, one, if they want that on social media. It could be a murder, God forbid. It could be under investigation. What you're saying and what you're releasing, what you may know, could damage that case. That's something else.
Yeah, that is very, very sensitive and touchy subject that needs to be in consideration of things like that. I agree. That needs to be. I mean, me personally, I feel that needs to be taken into consideration to think about them type of things, because that is such a touchy, sensitive subject. When it comes to that.
Yeah. Rocky says she agrees. Wait till the family announces it. I agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honey said, yeah, I had this thing that we had death in the family. I knew it through Instagram. See what I'm saying? It's nothing worse than finding out through social media that you lost a loved one. It's kind of like it's so impersonal, it's cold, and you don't know where a person is, and they reading this, and it can be devastating. Now, here's the other thing: people cry out for help on social media a lot. What has been heartbreaking, and I don't understand this. I would have to ask my Rocky background is in social work. When a person is on social media, and we've seen this more times than not, they're talking about they getting ready, this their last meal. They about to take their last walk. They're crying out for help. It's almost like they want you to find them. They want you to see, and they want to see. It's almost like they want to know that you care, or they're letting you know this is what they're getting ready to do, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Now, I don't understand why they do that, but I feel that sometimes people start posting stuff like that. You start looking at, okay, they've been talking kind of crazy lately, saying shit that making me concerned. You need to tap in at this point. You don't just be like, oh, they're just trying to get some attention, especially if you know that person has been going through something. That's one of those, let me do a check-in, because some don't seem to be right, because you don't want to have that on your spirit and say, damn, I ignored it because I know this person always trying to get attention. And like Kimyana had said earlier, you got a lot of attention whores. They want attention, so they just gonna show things, post things, whatever. You're gonna be like, all right, here we go again. But when you start talking about life and death, it's kind of like, okay, somebody needs to chime in, tap in, and see what's going on. Rocky says social media can be a gift and a curse. Swifty, you've said that before, and I agree, Rocky.
I agree. I agree with that totally, totally, totally. And
Yeah,
and then we want to acknowledge the people that may be listening that don't have any family to vent to, or nobody to talk to or turn to. My heart goes out to people who just don't have anybody to talk to or whatnot, and
yeah,
they go to social media to reach out to get certain type of helps or whatnot. So we not just discount, not being insensitive
right.
through this conversation, because we understand there's all type of walks of life for people who go through things or may not have friends and family to vent to or whatnot. So we understand. It was just I'm just touching on the the positive versus the negative, the motive behind why people post things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, on social media, especially to people who don't know you.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think the hidden agenda is like, okay, you're sharing this. Are you sharing this because you want some assistance? Are you sharing this because you want some empathy? Are you sharing this because you need some advice? Right? You're like, listen, and nothing that you're going to experience in this life is going to be the first time it's ever happened in this world. That's something that we have to understand. Nothing is new under the sun. God said it in his word in Ecclesiastes 3, 1 through 9. It's a time and place for everything under the sun to manifest itself, and you better understand that. So somebody has gone through what you've gone through. Somebody's getting ready to go through what you've gone through, or somebody hasn't gone through it yet. So there's 3 stages. You either gonna go through it, you've been through it, or you're now learning about it, and hopefully you won't have to go through it. Hani said, Black Rob, DMX, Coolio deaths. Yeah, when I think now, Swift, tell us about this. It's kind of like when Proof passed away, because I can add proof to this. When Proof passed away, the way the way I found out was like, oh my God, the way the news reported it, it had me in some, oh my God, because it was one to see they identified him, but they didn't know who the second man was. And I knew for a fact, y'all had studio time, all that stuff, and I knew like I didn't see you after the studio. And I'm like, uh-oh. And my heart, but then my spirit didn't feel like it was you. But I still didn't know. And for everybody who didn't know who that other unidentified man was, it was ignorant to put it out there like that. But the news, and I could chime in and ask Evrod, and I know a couple of other people that's in media, like, why do you report stuff that way? It's like, is it for the ratings? You want to be the first to break the story, but you're breaking half the story. You're leaving out important parts to the story. You understand how, like, seeing that in social media, and it was like not having an opportunity to embrace that, to accept that. How did that make you feel seeing it on social media?
well, you talking about as far as the proof situation.
Yeah.
Now, with back then, it was more so the news and radio outlet, because at that time, I guess it wasn't nothing but like MySpace.
Oh
My
yeah,
Yeah,
MySpace.
yeah.
Hmm.
MySpace was back then, was popping when Proof passed away.
Right.
So the platform for social media wasn't popping at that time, but
Hmm.
to piggyback off of that is a lot of tabloids and stuff does put out things just for the sake of a story, and don't care how they word it or whatever, because ratings are very, very important to them. There might not be everybody, might not be every news outlet, but I know for the most part we got to go ahead and throw that in there, because that will make the people bite. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately at that time I was so shooken to where I didn't really zero in on headlines and things of that nature. But it's just crazy how I've seen examples of what you're talking about on social media, as social media got popular when it came to other artists who passed away, unfortunately, or actors and actresses or whatnot. And it's just very unfortunate to know that people really, 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 not people, tabloids really, really don't care, and it's just all for views. And this thing of just getting views is more and more deeper than just capitalizing financially off of it. Some people are just satisfied with getting 1 million views and not having no money in their pocket. you know what I And it's people out here that's really, really arrogant about having more views than the next man. Step your views up, punk. Step your views up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? People actually use that to slander other people if they ain't got views, because this thing about views and clickbaits and things of that nature is stronger than ever in today's time, and it's very, very unfortunate. I just want to get back to the essence of things, where people really, really, well, Barbara Walters, rest in peace. How Barbara Walters, you know what I'm saying, who really got deep into the meat and potatoes because she cared about the people and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's just very rare these days to see outlets on that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, Hani said he read that there was someone from D12, but it wasn't. they didn't know which member it was, and he wasn't there in Atlanta. Mel said most of the time the media gets its information from a second or third party and not the actual source. I
I,
agree.
what's up, Melly Mizzle? And I agree.
Agree.
Totally.
And I think you and I learned something myself. Now I learned a hard lesson myself. Um, my former job, I worked in the school district, and at the time I was working in a high school, and a peer shared with me that there was a young lady missing. So they were sharing it, and I'm thinking I'm doing my part. We need because unfortunately, brown and black girls don't get that Amber Alert immediately like other cultures do. And so we got to put it out there on our own sometimes. And so I'm like, the longer we wait, the further away that poor young lady can get. So I'm sharing it, and I'm praying, and my heart is like, my God, another young lady is missing. Like, because we really had one of our kids from that building kidnapped from a bus stop while she was waiting to go to school. And so it's like, damn, what's going on? Just to find out later, this young lady wasn't missing. Somebody posted it because they was mad and beefing with her. I'm like, so I said to myself, I had to go down, snatch it, try to go and where I shared it, snatch it down. But see, what happens at that point is you share it because you're trying to do your due diligence. You're trying to help the family, trying to help get the word out there, but it's the wrong word. So I told myself, hard lesson learned. When something like that is out there, I need to go to the source, or I need to get as close as I can to the source to make sure that this is authentic, because I don't want to put that out there and then this ain't true. And now you worried about your relative, your friend, and then you're mad at me. Like, who is this putting? No, no, no. And it's sad that people are so out cold that they'll put some shit out there because they spiteful, right? They'll put false news out there. And then, what I can't understand, and I don't think nobody can answer this question. How do you post something that's heartbreaking? So and so was murdered, but you're liking it. There needs to be another button. Like, you can't like some negative shit like that. Like, you can't hit like. I'm looking. I might post like prayers up or something, but how can I like it? And I'm like, I realize like your heart is like, oh, but that's not what that looks like to people.
Yeah, and I don't think Instagram will ever have a dislike button. Too many self-esteems will
Oh
be
yeah, they ain't gonna put no
low.
dislike because that's gonna open up some more negativity. Oh, you don't like what I said? Well, okay, now that's another beef, right? It could be an emoji for sad face. Now I could see them implementing a sad face emoji option on Instagram, because when you post stuff, somebody and passed away, something that's like, oh my God, sad face, not a heart. We don't like that. We're sad for that. Or the average person, I would hope, is sad, and you're prayerful, you're sending good vibes. But all the other stuff, it's kind of like you almost want to say, you know what? Just take down the thumbs up, the likes, or whatever, and put nothing there.
Yep, and I agree. And even when posting when you paying homage to somebody who passed away, like a celebrity that passed away, you might see a couple of people post it or whatever, like, oh, and then you want to pay homage quick. As soon as you post it, and then you find out that it's not true.
Yeah,
Now you feeling all crazy, like, damn, let me go ahead and snatch this boy down.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that experiencing that before made me hesitant to just jump on it just as soon as you hear it, type of feel, like, you know what I'm saying. As soon as you see rest in peace, you don't want to just jump on it and just be putting that up there like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, because you never know how true the source is or whatnot. So to piggyback off of what you're saying, it's crazy.
Now, Hani says sometimes social media or internet shares some wrong information. That's why I always like to make sure 100% that the news is officially true. I
Yeah,
agree. I agree with Hani on
yeah.
that. And that's like I said a few minutes ago. Hey, Parker, what's up, broski? Parker in the building. So
What up? What up? What up? What up?
you look at it and you'll say, okay, yeah, we want to make sure that this is authentic. We don't want to be sharing something that's not accurate. We don't want to upset people. I feel that when it's something that's negative out there, we don't need to reshare, repost it, because I might not have heard about it. I might not have saw it. So somebody gonna make sure, and then or what gets it, they directly sending it to you, like somebody else though, not the person who posted it. Hey, and then it'll be like, oh, is they talking to you? And you like, what? Oh, let me share this with you. Like, so I wouldn't even known about that if you didn't send it to me. So now you're being messy, right? You're being messy. But getting back to what I said, to air or not to air, and we're gonna wind this up and close this down. To air or not to air, some of the things that we agree that shouldn't be on social media. We don't feel like family business should be on social media.
Yeah.
We can agree on that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I think we touched and agreed that when people pass away, it shouldn't be posted by anybody unless it's the immediate family or a parent, or a spouse, because a lot of times they haven't notified people. Like, stuff just happened. I don't feel that people out here with these damn camera phones, when you up on something that's a crime scene. Now I get part of it, and the other part I don't. You want to check, and you get check on your people. Now, a lot of times I can get that, because it's like, shit, you don't know. That person can't call you. This person may not be able to be identified. If you recognize a car, or you be like, oh my God, where was they at, or whatever. But at the same time, the other part, when you're seeing it live happen, why are you recording live instead of calling the damn police? You're actually recording someone getting ready to commit a murder, or you're recording a terrible fight, or road rage or whatever. If you're getting the license plate, that's one thing, but a lot of times people got to see their loved one gunned down, ran down, or whatever through social media, and that's there forever.
Unfortunately, it's for entertainment purposes only.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Nobody want to see that. I remember a couple of months back, the young lady who was chased down, and that man got out. He chased her down in the car, got out the car, chased her, and then you heard her screaming. You heard a couple gunshots. You saw him run back to his car, and you knew she was gone. So imagine her family, her friends, her loved ones. Of course, people have shared it. So now they got to go to the video, and that they're watching their loved one for the very last time take their last run, their last breath, their last cry.
And they just want to have a video just to repost it and send it out. They don't want to. They ain't gonna want to testify. Police knocked on their door to have them ask questions. They go like, I don't know nothing. My name is Emmett, and I ain't in it.
Yeah.
Well, Bennett. I think I don't know. What is it? My name is Bennett.
Bennett, I ain't in it.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to have no part of justice, but they just want to have it in their phone.
Yeah, and I think that's terrible. I think folks that actually do that, and you didn't call 911, they should be in trouble, just as you're a bystander and you're witnessing it. You're witnessing, like, you are now a witness to this murder. You are now a witness to this crime, and you have evidence on your phone. And now you were part of this. I don't want to have nothing to do with it, but you have everything to do with it. You shared it, posted it. You didn't call 911. You chose to get on here and video. Now, some people could say, well, I was trying to catch it on video because I wanted to have the evidence. That's one thing. That means you call the police while call the police, and then I'm gonna try to video what I can. Your eyes and video recorded it or whatever. But then you got people like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't getting involved. And it's like, if this was your loved one, you would want somebody to step up and say, hey, if you can't intervene, if you're not a CPL carrier and you got the means to be able to say, yo, we're not about to do this. You can't do this, things of that nature. Okay. But we're living in such a time, like we said earlier, to circle back. People care about celebrities, what's going on in their lives, and judging them, and people who got social media presence. You don't care about your relative. Hell, you halfway care about yourself. But you posting all this, you got something to say, you chiming in. People, like I said, you taking it to social media, you're beefing, you're doing all that. You got some people that just say, I don't want to get caught up. You got people that got ghost pages because they don't want to be a part of that. So they're lurking because they want to keep up on the bullshit, but they don't want to be a part of the bullshit. Like, I'm not about to share nothing, but I do want to know. They're keeping their ear to the street, and really it's keeping your eyes to the screen, because you're going to be able to find out things on social media, unfortunately, that you may not even know. You might even find out things about your child, your children, your spouses, whatever. And a lot of times, if we don't know the whole part, it could be like you getting half the story. Social media has wrecked families, they've wrecked relationships, partnerships, businesses, they've ruined it. And it's as Rocky said earlier, it's a gift and a curse. Social media, I feel, my personal opinion, should be used to uplift, encourage, and empower people, to motivate people. A lot of times we feel defeated in certain situations and areas in our lives. We're trying to do better. We may not know how to do one thing. You can go to social media. It's a lot of hacks, like, easy ways. You can learn how to cook. You can learn how to do a whole lot of things. So it's not all bad. It's how we as human beings choose to use this platform.
Absolutely.
Dictate how it's going to be seen and felt.
Absolutely. And the whole world has it has a grip on it. So we going it understanding that there's people all over the world that believes in all type of things, and there's people in the world that don't believe in all type of things.
Yes,
It's just jumping into a pot of people that's not going to always agree. I don't care if you showed a video with you being a humanitarian and you just passing out food to the homeless, or somebody go diss it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out there that don't believe in that. Religion on down to hip hop, whatever the case may be, it's people out here that just would not agree, because you're dealing with a melting pot of a billion people all grabbing the same device, opinion and views. So if you don't have thick skin and you're not in it to try to uplift and help the situation into a positive matter, just know that you're going to put yourself in a position to lose your hair battling with people who are designed to not agree with your positivity. So be prepared and just watch what you do and how you do it, and make sure that you can step into it with the motive of helping the situation, whatever it looks like so.
I agree. That's some good sound advice. Hani said, I love to see you guys enjoying life by sharing pics in a restaurant or something positive. And I always wished Swifty McVeigh and TT from the D and Cody a full life full of joy and happiness. Much love and respect to you guys. Much love to you too, Hani.
Much love, honey. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that.
All the love and support, my brother.
Yeah.
West, love, peace, and hair grease all the way in Bahrain.
Okay, Hani don't use hair grease. Hani, he might mean styling gel. You ain't using no damn hair grease.
Oh, that ain't nothing but Ultra Perm.
He says the Ultra Perm. I can't take you.
That ain't nothing but Ultra Perm.
Boy, you super silly on that one. Thank you. So, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, I feel that we need to be more tasteful with what we share on social media. We need to respect people's opinions. When people are posting, if you're going to read their post and you want to share something, perhaps share by all means, because that's what the comment section is there for. However, I think we tend to want to at people and they're not talking to you directly. You might want to stop doing that, because that also causes another level of negativity. People be arguing. I be so amazed at how people are arguing with strangers in social media in comments, and then adding people and just going off. I'll be cracking up.
Yeah, because everybody want to in a sentence with "I said what I said," and that's that's the thing. I said what I said. I don't want nobody saying nothing to me. I said what I said. That's it.
Jamie Foxxon through the comments like,
yep, Jamie Foxx through the comment. This is a platform. I got my right to say what I want to say, and I said what I said.
I said what I said. That's it. And they're gonna say that, they ain't gonna log off. They ain't gonna say nothing, that's gonna leave no space for you. They don't want to hear what you gotta say, your rebuttal.
So when somebody say something to them, they be like, then I just said what I said.
You said that. Let me go back and reiterate what I said. Don't do that. So right. I just feel that, there's going to be different formats of platforms in the future. As you said earlier, years ago, we had MySpace. There was Black Planet. for those that remember Black Planet. So right now in this era of life, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have LinkedIn, we have YouTube.
We have Christian Mingle.
Christian
No,
Mingle.
no, I'm messing with him. Go ahead. I just had to throw that out there.
You know what? I'm not. I see. You on some bull crap. Okay, you on some bull crap. But so you just got all these different platforms, and you need to choose wisely. My advice is choose wisely what you're adding to the atmosphere. We have enough negativity and hate. We don't need more hate shared. We don't need more negativity. If you're gonna flood social media, please choose love, choose positivity,
I
choose
agree.
motivation, choose encouragement, choose inspiration that's going to encourage that man, woman, boy, or girl. We got our young people and old people being bullied on social media. Just why are you sharing that? That type of stuff needs to be snatched down. It should be somebody, you got people that's nosy as hell. Pay somebody to cipher through it. You gonna get to a point in age where you're gonna have to have stuff approved to be posted.
Yeah, they too. Shoot, they snatch us down for not having our own music on this mud, so they need to do something.
YouTube, I mean, I use Facebook, be on some bullshit with that. Facebook, and y'all probably gonna put me in jail for that, but it's all good because I clearly will be interviewing an artist and it's their music. If you bothered to listen to the interview to see that I'm talking to the artist and they gave me permission to play the music, you could stop snatching it down talking about this infringing upon. How about you allow murders to be on Facebook? Is that not infringing on something?
Yeah, you gotta be quiet, Miss TT from the D. You can't
No, I'm gonna
air
say
out your you can't air out your opinion to Facebook.
I can say that. I got the right to say that.
Yeah, you gotta call them and talk.
I ain't gotta call them and say anything. Y'all monitoring everything else. Monitor that. Start being a part of the party that want to keep the social media platforms sharing good shit. You know what I'm saying? And still going through and waking up and chose petty as you slipped into your slippers for whoever that is. And I be looking like it'd be irritating because, as the young people say, irritating because I be looking like, so you gonna tell me you blocking something I did 2 years ago because I'm a friend, man.
That's a whole other segment. That's another
segment. That's another segment. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying. Cause like whatever. You know what I mean? It's like we spend too much time on other stuff while you poking and prodding this stuff. Think about the shit that's out there. Like, look at how these things are going out there. You choose to put people in Facebook jail. And a lot of times when people are pleading their case, you got to go through an appeal and all. I'm like,
yeah.
That's on the public platform that anybody can use. Like, what? And so, they got all these other platforms that's manifesting and coming forth, and people are building you got so many intelligent young people. They're creating apps every day. So, if we want to be biased, on certain things, there'll come a time when you'll have a platform where you'll be able to say, you know what, this ain't nothing but inspiration. And it'll be like, if you're caught posting anything negative or that is degrading or anything like that, then you'll be banned and blocked. I think we should have platforms like that. So Hani said, I wish I could go back to time to the year 2000 or 2001 when we were expecting real news on the internet. Oh, wouldn't that be good? Real news. Like, yeah. It's been a minute since we had some real good news where you could really, really turn on the TV or turn on the radio and say, this is authentic. Some of our old ways really did work. People might not appreciated it, but a lot of it worked. It got us through. And some people say, well, the shit was going on. Y'all just didn't know about it. And I'm not saying I'd rather not know about it. Let just the world be chaotic. It's good to be up on what's going on around the world, but we don't need to be able to share. I think anything that's negative should not be able to be shared. I think that because you scroll. So we don't need to share it. If you see it, it's like, oh, dang, that's messed up. Now we could go, because you know how people play the telephone game with information, and you're going to share it and talk about it. But sharing it to repost it, like reposting somebody getting killed or somebody getting beat down, losing their life, that shit don't need to be reposted.
Yeah, I agree.
It should be some type of penalty for that. Why you blocking people for playing music? You should be blocking people for posting shit that's showing somebody getting murdered or reposting killings and things of that nature. If you want to start being on patrol for something, let's patrol that. That is something that should not be aired on social media. So that's my opinion. I said it. And don't at me. You can say what you want in the comments. I'm all for it, but don't at me. I'll block you. I'm not going to respond to you. I'm going to block you and every other account that you come up with. So if you about peace, if you about inspiration, motivation, I welcome you. I love to follow people that have positivity oozing out of their pages. It really does something because I love to breathe it in, right? Inhale it, and then I like to share it. Now that's stuff I will share, but all the other bull crap, I'm good for it. I'm so good on it. I'm straight. I don't need to do that. I'll read it, but I'm like, because I don't know, I'm like, what? Oh, what? You know, okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'll keep it moving. And like we said, we heard what we heard on the radio this morning. We had good conversation, but I just said if the man next door and the woman next door had a divorce and they were going through the same thing Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee Simmons was going through or going through currently, we wouldn't give a shit because they minding their business doing them. We don't know what's going on in nobody's house on this block, right? In nobody's house. But when we put it in social media and the celebrities or people that's in the limelight, they gotta protect their spirit, their heart, their feelings, and they gotta worry about you and me, hypothetically, voicing our opinions, judging them. We and took them to court with social media court. We became prosecutor, the judge, the jury. We court appointed attorneys because some of us would never be hired for real. So we go through all of this, and it's like at the end of the day, we don't have no right to judge anybody.
Right.
We don't have no right to judge anybody. So anyway, that's my rant rave for today for Tap In Tuesday. Swifty, thank you. It's always a pleasure, my friend, my love, my dear, my hubby, to have you come through and drop some knowledge, things like that. Ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate you for having me, Miss TT from the D. I wish I could pop your collar right now.
Okay, you can as soon as my show ends.
I do a little digital pop, like.
So yeah.
Right. Well, I appreciate you and I salute you and come through hat with that hat, all that good stuff. And thanks to everybody who came to check us out to listen. I salute y'all and y'all have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. And I'm going to end this segment tonight with one of my favorite songs from you, Swifty, that's in my playlist on my show. Black Diamonds. I love that song. So I'm
Thank you.
Hi.
No, I said thank you.
Oh yeah, I love this song. So yeah, it's called Black Diamonds with Swifty McVay featuring the RZA Brothers. Shout out to the RZA Brothers. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, for Tap In Tuesday, I'm super excited. I'm getting ready to have a phenomenal panel, women in R&B who help pave the way. It's going to be phenomenal. I want to share with you some of the people that's going to be on there, but you got to pay attention to the promotional stuff that we're getting ready to release in the next couple of days. It's going to be out cold, y'all. We're going to have some of our faves currently and from back in the day. Shout out to Courtney Benjamin for helping me get one of the artists. Shout out to so a couple people who just help make the connections. And it's going to be a phenomenal show next week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tap In Tuesday. It's going to be women in R&B who help pave the way. So you're going to have some legendary folks coming through. I promise you. It's going to be amazing. And one thing I love about it is that I think all the artists except one, maybe two, maybe originally from Detroit.
That's what's
and they did their thing. So and known globally. So I'm loving it. I'm excited about it. I'm grateful and I'm humbled at the same time. So next Tuesday, Tap In Tuesday is gonna be an amazing show. Y'all gotta check it out. I'm gonna start dropping some promotional videos. Y'all gonna love that show. And then we'll be coming back. I'm working on bringing back the fellas to have Industry Connect. Once again, K Rock, DJ K Rock, which is MC Light's official DJ, was like, just let me know, TT. So I know I got to get on his calendar, make sure the dates and stuff. Swifty, got to get you. I know you working on something right now, so I got to make sure Courtney be on the go, yeah. And then shout out to all the artists that are doing some amazing work right now, whether you are from the D or you're not. Music makes the world go round. We love good music. If you have a upcoming project that you're getting ready to work on and you're looking for a platform, and send it to me and I'll have my team check it out. If my team gives me the green light, then I will reach out to you. So you can shoot me an email at ttfromthed@gmail.com. That's TTFROMTHED as in David @gmail.com. And then I will share it with my team. And if they think like, yo, this is a banger, this is really good, then I'll reach out to you and see if you would be interested in coming on in the very near future. Don't forget to rise and shine with the Top of the Morning Show with your girl TT from the D, right on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Anchor.fm. So that's it. We're going to put on Black Diamonds by Swifty. Swifty, thank you so much again, my love, for coming through. I appreciate you. And until next time, everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Salute.
Black diamonds, yeah. Black diamonds, yeah. Black diamonds, This one's dedicated to my enemies. They wanna see us dead, just like the Kennedy. But when I breathe, don't wanna catch a felony. Black diamonds, destiny.
Grown and these folks ain't got a lot in common. They trying to catch me slip, but now I got them tied up. They hating me for years. They loud, but I get louder. And after the gunshots, I never had a problem. I'm lethal and hot as boiling lava. If I don't feel like working, I just go and rob them. That's why they looking and saying, how can I find them? I'm unstoppable, so I gotta remind them. It's like fucking vagina without a condom. The only thing in common with me is I got a Magnum. A 44, tag them and body bag them. Then drag them, where can't nobody find them. I'm known for my contaminated antics. A black diamond, they'll never understand me. They having meetings to vanish me from the planet. I'm like, damn it, you'll never kill me, you can't, bitch.
This one's dedicated to my enemies. They wanna see us dead, just like the Kennedy. But when I breathe, don't wanna catch a felony. Black diamonds, destiny.
They shot at me like zombies in a comedy. These damn fleas be overstepping their boundaries. They can't see I'm a highly toxic commodity. I hit man that's hired to body families. They mad at me cause I properly make Monopoly. And when I'm drunk, I sloppily shoot at coppers like a toddler holding a Mossberg. I stay on top of beef. And when I'm sober, I'm standing on what I believe. The bounty is out for about 1,000 G's. I'm sleeping on different couches and popping E's. And when I leave, I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali. I'm confident, these motherfuckers ain't harming me. This karma is like a movie and I'm the lead. They tryna offer a broken Oscar to nominees. But I'ma win and conquer over my enemies. I'm at the podium tryna slur up a dirty speech.
This one's dedicated to my enemies. They want